Not a whole lot of highlights this week, but thank you guys so much all for being here. Welcome to Tigress Talk, first and only Bengal show created by women. So I'm Jess, aka Hubei, and I have worked about 64 hours this week. So I apologize. I apologize for the general disheveled nature of this whole thing today. So thank you guys so much for bearing with me. And of course, I am joined as always by the wonderful Bengals Whitney down there in Florida, holding it down for all the West Siders and all of our Cincinnati fam abroad who's left Cincinnati. There's a lot of us. And Jerry also down there in Florida, and Kayla across the river in Kentucky. So thank you guys so much for being here. So that Browns loss was pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Didn't like it. Wasn't fun.
I did not have a good time. I mean, I had a good time, but I just was very confused a lot of the time, I think, during that game. And it wasn't until I went back and kind of rewatched stuff that I realized that it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought originally. I thought the scripted plays went a lot better. I really liked that opening drive. I really loved how we marched down the field. We took a lot of time off the clock. There was lots of, runs and passes and things were working. And then that interception just killed that whole drive. And it was a pick six. And it was literally right in front of my face. So I was very upset about that. I felt very disrespected by that pick six. So, I mean, I feel like that sort of like let the air out of my balloon a little bit at the beginning, because it made me forget until I went back and rewatched it, how awesome that opening drive was. So I feel like that was really not fair.
The first two opening drives, because the first drive looked beautiful. I got really amped because I'm like, not only are we going to start great in the first half, we're going to start great in the first quarter. We're going to start great on the first drive, and then pick six, which is obviously devastating. But then the second drive, we did the exact same thing. We went straight down the field, and it looked beautiful. And then that was the end of the fun for the day. Like literally after that second drive, the wheels fell off.
A little bit.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And at first it seemed like, oh, this is good, because even though we had this interception, they don't really have anything that's stopping us. We look like we're just moving it so easily, and we don't see that many. I mean, the first interception, that was just a bad Joe, but I don't know. I was so excited for like the first quarter, and then it just spiraled out of control, and then it got away from us
completely. Yeah.
After Joe had his touchdown, I thought, well, this is going to be a shootout. Like, I just thought it was going to go back and forth all day, and I was very, very wrong. So wrong.
Yeah.
We all were. It's okay. Yeah, I think I was disappointed on that first drive, because it did feel like the way we were set up, like, just run it 3 times, run it 4, if you want to, because Joe Mixon felt like he was already starting to like kind of get in his groove and heat up a little bit. And so you just felt, why take that risk? The one thing that you can't do on that drive is turn the ball over, because we're guaranteed either 3 or 7. Like, it's one of those two. So just run it, Yeah. It felt so frustrating, but I don't know. It was not a good day.
Yeah. No. But I feel like, we're fixing things at the same time, sort of, because it was the scripted plays that they were having kind of a hard time with, I feel like, at the beginning of the year. And that was so much better. And then it was just a bad interception to kind of kill it. So I feel like we're still seeing progress, even though it feels like a really bad day. I don't know. Trying to be optimistic, but when I look at our record, I feel optimistic. That's I think if you asked a lot of people at the beginning of the season if they'd be happy with a winning record at the bye week, I think they would say yes. So
yeah,
I think the bye week is coming at the perfect time for us, because I think the guys need to take this time, recharge, kind of reevaluate things.
Yeah.
stay out of trouble. Hopefully just
Yeah.
relax, and then, hopefully get back out there and in Vegas and turn it all around.
Yeah.
Yep, I totally agree. We've got some comments. Let's see. Heroic Teddy says, this week has only solidified why I know I chose the right team to cheer for over a decade ago. The team and its fans are the best. I love them all. Hooday. Wow, Teddy. That was a very heroic thing to say. I'm so glad you feel that way. It's been a weird week. Like, game aside, this whole week has been very strange, I feel like. So but
I feel like we entered like the Twilight Zone and Halloween week against the Jets and have not escaped it.
I'd like to leave the Twilight Zone, please.
Yeah. Like we're
How do I get out of here?
Haunted maze we can't get out of right now.
Yeah, you're totally right. Jonathan Watson says, hey, ladies, it's Spider-Man from Twitter. I love the show. Happy to catch it live on my hour lunch. Oh, thanks, Jonathan, for spending your lunch with us. Hooday, and thank goodness for this by LOL. I could not agree more. Eric says, no execution. Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Optic says, hey, ladies, why did I say that like Jerry Lewis in my head?
Hey, ladies.
Is that how it goes? I was thinking that, like, how is that?
I see you.
That's awesome. Greg says, just a couple mistakes that were just costly. Other than that, would have been a whole different score. Yeah, I mean, I think I caught Zach Taylor on the Locked On podcast, and he was basically like, it's so hard to win when you turn the ball over like that and then give up a 70-yard run. It's like your chances of winning go down dramatically. So I think, we just kind of dug ourselves into a hole that we couldn't get out of. But
I liked Burrow's comments too, really quick. I think he was on the stupid herd show.
Oh yeah, I don't watch that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't. I probably should watch it when he's on it, or at least read a transcript of it, but I did not. So
I just saw one quote where Burrow said, it's rarely as good as you think it is and rarely as bad as you think it is. And so that kind of was the one quote that calmed the savage beast that was growing inside of me throughout the week, because I was mean this week. But it's a good perspective. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you're so right. And I've heard that quote before. Like, I feel like that can apply to so many aspects of life. So yeah, totally. Yeah. He's a wise guy for being so young. I feel like I feel like he really has a good head on his shoulders. So Optic says, we had the ball for almost the whole first quarter. Yes. And that's the one thing that I thought we did really well was we got so many yards. We had a good amount of yards, good time of possession. I feel like in other games, when I've looked at the time of possession, ours is usually less than our opponents. So I feel like I didn't look specifically at this one to compare the two, but it felt like we had the ball for a longer. I know we got more yards because I remember seeing that stat. So it's, it's just one of those things. I think we played better than what the score showed, because it was like somebody said, it was just little things that just kept happening. And, but Greg says, Hakeem, who on the team is most competitive? I don't know. Who on the team is most competitive? I don't know. Who do you guys think on the team is most competitive?
Probably Joe.
Yeah.
I think he might be right. I think he really takes these losses hard. I think he's hard on himself. So.
Yeah, and Mixon seems like his name comes up from the players all the time for, kind of the same thing. Like, I forget what a leader he is sometimes in that locker room, but the players call him by name all the time for leading that charge. So,
yeah,
the Joes.
The Joes.
The Joes. Yes, I totally agree. So, all right. Well, I don't know that I have a whole lot more to say about the game. Anybody else have anything about the Battle of Ohio?
Let's throw it in the trash can and not talk about it anymore.
I don't know about you guys. But I think maybe it's because for so long the Browns have not been that great that I haven't hated the Browns. Like, I hate the Steelers, but I always almost felt bad for the Browns. This week, I now also hate the Browns. They have joined not quite the ranks of the Steelers, but they're like real close up there because I was watching the game at the Bengals watch party here in Tampa and stupidly invited my friends that are from Ohio but are Browns fans. One of them was very nice. The other one was nice. The other one brought a friend that he was not within strangling range, thank goodness. But I was just like, dude, you gotta like chill. Like, you're at a Bengals bar for one. Maybe that's who hit my car. But I was sitting here, and then he barked at me too. When I saw everybody saying that they got barked at for like 3 or 4 hours at the game, I'm like, I got barked at too, and I wasn't even there. Who does that?
It makes me thankful I cheer for a team that does not require barking as part of the fandom, because
Right.
I think I'd lose half my dignity at that point. Just saying, in general.
Yeah, I don't. How are the Browns fans in your section, Kayla? Were there any up there?
I actually ended up watching it at home. My little brother ended up going. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So yeah,
Gotcha.
but kind of glad that I wasn't there, to be honest.
So I think I tweeted this out, that there was a man that was like right over my shoulder who kept barking, and I was so annoyed. I wanted to just throttle him the whole time. But I actually finally got to catch up with Malik Wright, who I'm a big fan of, and I've been waiting to meet for so long. I'm sad we just kind of got to say hi and take a quick selfie, because I really think he's a great guy. I really appreciate everything he's doing for all of sports, really, with his sports network. And so anyway, he was saying that there was a Browns fan in his section who would pour beer into his shoe, his literal boot, off of his foot, and then drink the beer out of the shoe. And I just could not wrap my brain around that level of disgusting. I just really had a hard time understanding that one. So I feel like there's like this level, and I just don't get it. And honestly, like I was telling the people that sit right in front of us, I said, I just don't understand the audacity of these people to act like this in somebody else's stadium. I've been to a lot of away games, not a lot of away games. That's a lie. I've been to like 3 away games, and I have never once acted like that. I will clap, I will cheer when my team's on defense, but that is about it. I do not, I don't act like that. And I think a lot of people don't act like that. And I just don't understand why they feel like it's okay to act like that. But, again, I heard that there were fights were breaking out. I didn't see any fights. So I guess, hey, at least they're not, nobody was hurting me, but just, it was very annoying to me. But I agree with you, Jerry. I have a lot of friends that are Browns fans who I love and adore.
Yes.
Most of the year. But yeah, they're getting up there. They really are getting up there with that other team.
I am excited about that, though. I think that's why I was so disappointed in how we lost that game, because I always think of the Browns as like our number one rival, because we wouldn't exist if Paul Brown didn't have like a massive chip on his shoulder against Art and all that. We wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the Browns and how much he hated them. So I want us to be a really competitive rival. I want them to be the number one rival. I kind of want us to be the number one rival in the AFC North, like our games be the biggest. And so I'm glad that they're getting better and that we're getting better. I was just hoping it would be like that first Battle of Ohio that really meant something. We have to wait till next time maybe now, but I love hating on the Browns.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like that the next time we meet them. It's going to be just tough, dirty, hard knocks football.
Yeah.
I really hope the Bengals go up to Cleveland and beat the Browns in their stadium. And I hope that, I don't know if we could find some like really obnoxious fans to go. I don't plan on ever going there, but if we could find some really annoying people to just go pester everyone up there, that would really make me happy.
So I've been to a game in Cleveland.
Oh,
And we, yeah. And it
brave.
wasn't-
You're braver than me. I don't know.
My husband refused to wear anything Bengals. He wore like all neutral. I was with my father-in-law, who is a Browns fan. That was my Christmas present to him, and also with my dad. I told my dad, like, listen, this one's not your game. We're going to behave. He did behaved for the most part. He went missing for like 45 minutes. I thought he was in Browns jail, which isn't like a thing, but I was like, he was gone. I guess some people in the bathroom like just saw him in a jersey and were like knocking him around. And my dad had neck surgery not like long before that, but I'm sure my dad probably said some stuff too, because apple doesn't fall from far from the tree there. But we beat them. I think it was 32-0 that day, and they were still. I wasn't even hardly cheering and we were like 2 or 3 rows from the field behind our bench, and I was like terrified to cheer, but I was like clapping and stuff, and they were still like screaming at us. I'm like, you guys are kind of like just me. Like, what is wrong with you guys? You like, we're not even doing anything here. And even my father-in-law, who's a diehard Browns fan, he was really embarrassed for like all of it. And I think some guys were eating Alpo or something at that game too, like not far from us. Like, opened the can and was shoveling in his mouth. Like, I will never forget that. I'm like, what is happening?
Wow.
That makes
It's got to
me
be the
sick.
same guy that was drinking out of his boot, right? There
It's
can't be that many really gross
bizarre.
people up there. Well, I don't. Maybe there are. I don't know.
This is so weird.
But
So yeah, we will never go back to Cleveland.
I have no intention of ever going. I'm going to be real honest about that. I realize. I mean, it's not a far drive, and I would rather go pretty much anywhere else. There's a lot of awesome stadiums that I would really love to see, and that is not even in my top 30.
You mean Jerry's story just now didn't sell you on the idea?
You know what?
Okay.
Jerry's story, and I have
Like
heard
an
I have
ad.
heard multiple stories that are similar enough that I know that that's not someplace that I ever need to be. So, Optic says, I'm the same way, Jerry. I actually rooted for the Browns before they brought in Baker and OBJ. LOL. Yeah, I feel like I've said this before, but Baker, I really just want to punch him in the face. I don't know what it is about his face, but I just really want to punch it. I think probably because I'm an Ohio State fan too, and like that whole thing, I have not let that go either. So anyway, Tyler says Browns fans when they win are the worst. Yes, we experienced that. So Al Mac 2 says Bengals content creators gifting us so much this Thursday. Yay. Is that meant for us? I haven't really been on social media today, so if that was for us, thank you. Oh, Zim and Ace are on too. Oops. Well, good. Well, I'm glad they're having a show too. Cap says the barking is the weirdest made-up thing in the NFL. They are the Browns, as in Paul Brown. Paul is not a dog. Yes, I would agree with that.
Because isn't their actual mascot like an elf?
Yeah, brownie.
It's a brownie. That's like the way they say "go brownies," which it's like how that evolved. I'll never care to look up, but whatever.
Well, that's their real mascot, and I don't let them forget it if I do encounter a brown.
Yeah.
You have a woodland gnome as your mascot.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Optic says,
This is why I love you ladies so much.
Yeah.
Seriously. I feel like I have found kindred spirits with you guys so much.
Tyler says a good portion of these young Browns fans just don't know how to handle winning. Yeah, I don't know what their problem is. And it was younger people. Honestly, I thought when I heard that guy barking at me, I thought this has got to be like some like fat old guy, and it was not. It was like a 20-year-old guy. In fact, there's a picture that I posted today.
Oh, was it that guy that was like?
I think he was the one behind me. I think he followed me down there. It's not fun. Darius McDaniel says, "Who day with Darius? Thanks for being here." Oh, Greg says, I didn't mean to ask that Hakeem question. It was meant for Ace and Zim's show where they have Hakeem Adeniji on. Oh, Greg is really doing the most. He is like,
Yeah.
he's tuned into every show like at all times. So no worries, Greg. I'll I'll roll with it. Whatever. Optic says the shoe story reminds me that I once walked in on a drunk and chewing a slipper. He said, "This pizza tastes like crap."
It's priceless, really. You can't make that up.
Wow.
Hey, next time you guys go to a game, just like take up some rolled up newspaper and like just bop them on the
Somebody
nose.
said that to me. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. I was like, yes, next
Or
time.
like a spray bottle with water and just
No.
Yes.
That's a good idea. I've got yeah. That was
Take care of
supposed to say
that.
drunk uncle. This phone hates me. Okay, that's okay. I can't read it, so it's a match made in heaven. So, hey,
This is the
Crypt
show for all
Keeper,
of this,
Who
let's be
Day
honest.
says, "Hey, women of Who Day of the Who Day." Oh, okay. Hey, Crypt. Thanks for being here. I'm sure, I didn't realize that you could hear all Cap's sidebar commentary until I watched the show back one day. So I hope you guys are enjoying that as well.
Oh, it's hilarious.
My favorite is when I say something stupid and he's like, "Oh, babe." Like the whole Travion thing. Okay. I don't want to talk about that anymore. That was very embarrassing for me. Okay. Greg says, I just quit watching the news this week because I do not want to hear the Baker train go off. Yeah, Oh, we all went live at once. I'm so sorry to be confusing, guys. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys rolling with my ridiculous work schedule right now because I am burning the candle at all possible ends here. And Cap is saying, "Crypt, what's going on, my man?" All right, they know each other, I guess. Mary says, "I've been to the Muni lots with Bengals gear on. It's an experience. My group was full of Browns fans, so I was okay, but their fans are ruthless." Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna go, you need like a really strong group of Browns fans that are gonna like protect you at all times, like maybe possibly surround you at all from all angles. So, oh my goodness,
just bring a crate. They should just bring a crate.
Yeah,
Dog cage.
Just like cage them somehow.
A muzzle. They need muzzles.
They
Bring like
definitely
some
did need
shock
muzzled.
collars. Just dab them.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
These are things I would never do to my dog, by the way. I just want to clarify
absolutely not.
those guys.
Oh no, I definitely would. I muzzle my dog. I
Human
muzzle my
people.
dog when we go to the vet because you don't know how to act.
Oh,
But
Shoot.
anyway, but so some people in the comments are talking about the whole thing that happened with that Cleveland reporter, Andre, I think his name was, and I feel like I've said all I have to say about that, but I don't know if you guys want to expand on anything that's happened with that. I mean, I was blocked pretty much immediately, so I'm just kind of hearing stuff after the fact, but it sounds like he just has sort of doubled down on everything, and I don't think he deserves any time, honestly, but
yeah. I guess the only thing I wanted to say was that I really resented the whole, it's about like the Bengals fans are being sensitive, or that it's like people trying to cancel him. It was truly shocking to me how unprofessional he was and how much that just went straight over his head. You can make fun of the fan base in general. Like if he had made fun of the Bengals fans in general, that we look stupid or we acted stupid or whatever, that's fine. I just got done making fun of the freaking Alpo Brigade, so I don't care. Like that's fine. But when you single out one person and say something about him, then you make it personal. So I was, I'm shocked that a professional wouldn't get that.
yeah.
It's kind of like
an
unspoken rule not to do that, right?
I had a feeling that something like that was going to happen because they left Tony up there for so long, and it almost felt like the camera crew and the production crew for the game were like making fun of him because he was sitting there looking so sad with all of his makeup on, and I'm sitting there like, poor Tony. And my friends started to say some stuff, and I'm like, listen, he's extremely nice. He is the biggest sweetheart. Like this is not cool right now. So I kind of felt like it stemmed from that. They were kind of making a joke of him, and I'm like, I know I'm going to see this on social media somewhere, and it's going to really, really make me mad. And it did.
All I have to say is I love all the people who have cool game day like costumes, outfits, everything. I'm like amazed at people's creativity and everyone's having fun, and that's what being a fan's about. So like I don't know.
And every team has
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
Like that's being a
Right.
fan. That's short for fanatic. Like you love your team. Let people have fun. Why do you care what somebody else is doing if it is not hurting you or anybody else? Like it's none of your business, and it shouldn't bother you. If it bothers you, that says more about you than it does the person that's wearing the fun outfit, having a good time and enjoying life.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you totally hit the nail on the head, Jerry. And that's the thing that really upsets me is that, you know, like I said to somebody else who tried to say like, oh, it's just because you lost, it's just because whatever, you know, I have friends legitimately, I have friends that are fans of all 32 teams. You know, we are part of we're, you know, friends with people that are part of the Pro Football Ultimate Fan Association, where literally you hang out with people from every single team, and every single team has people that paint their faces and dress up crazy and do, you know, outrageous things. So to try and say that like, you know, he's different or weird or whatever for doing that, I mean, that's just not, first of all, it's just not true. And so it's just like right there for me, that just kills it. And then, but yeah, I think the worst part was that afterwards, you know, his initial comments I thought were silly and stupid, but what happened afterwards, honestly, to me was the worst part. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys saw Cap's tweet, but I mean, he literally said, like, was threatening my friend Carrie, like, you may be next, and doesn't realize it maybe is 2 words. I don't know. He's got to be the worst journalist that's ever lived, but
I just know all of our guys that are reporters, when I say guys and ladies, like probably cringed and was like, what the hell? What is this guy on? Because it just doesn't make any sense that you do that. You're asking for the entire fandom to come at your throat if you single out one person. You know, and it wouldn't have mattered who it was, Tony or anybody else. It could have been somebody who's not even as likable as Tony. It does not even matter
right
who it was.
It just so happens that Tony's also a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't have picked a nicer guy that more people would, you know, rally around. But
idiot.
And Tony's face paint is freaking impeccable. Like that's an artist. How can you even make fun of that? Like I can't draw a stick figure. I can barely draw my eyeliner most days. I don't know how. Like it looks awesome. I'm jealous. I need him to show me like how to do stuff because I'm always in awe of anytime he's out there.
Hey, maybe we do that in the off season, just one episode, makeup tips from Tony. I would 100% watch that and participate.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Optic says, yes, Wit. It was like he was about to call the fan base a woke mob and play victim. I think he pretty much all but did that. I was blocked, but I could see, you know, people were commenting and stuff. So
I was kind of disappointed I didn't get blocked. I think I was the only one that didn't get blocked.
Cap never got blocked, I don't think. He was saying a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, bully is a good word for the behavior that was happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy times. So anyway, okay, that's enough about that. I'm tired of giving that guy the time of day. I think we move on. Okay, so let's do we need to talk.
Yep.
We need to talk because we have an exciting announcement, and that is that we have a special promo code for Tigress Talk listeners. You can get 15% off with code Tigress, and if it's 2 bottles, 15% off 2 or more bottles. And I am drinking this Basic Witch again because I love it. It's possibly one of my new favorites, especially for fall. So anyway, make sure you guys go to Birmingham, check them out. They are awesome guys. They are Bengals fans, and they have amazing, delicious meat, and we appreciate their support. So Anyway, ladies, what do we need to talk about?
Well, my comment was I think that our defense has been really great, and we want to give Louis Anarumo credit for this amazing first half. But with the losses against the Jets and the Browns, I'm starting to fear maybe we're starting to get figured out, or maybe something else is happening. I don't know. I just wanted to know what you guys were thinking, because it's definitely looked different the last 2 losses than it did basically the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
I don't know.
It's been startling because the last 2 games in a row, I don't recognize our defense from the first half of the season. And so, yeah, I'm with you. I give him total credit for how amazing they came out. And I don't even know, it feels like all execution. I could be completely wrong, but it feels like it's something that's happening on the field, not necessarily, I don't know, Lou or anything. But again, I could be totally wrong, but it is what I need them to work on on the bye week.
Yeah, the thing that really struck me on Sunday was the amount of missed tackles. And, it seemed like guys like Chubb were breaking like 2 and 3 tackles. I know when he ripped off that 70-yard run or whatever it was, I was just seeing like body after body, and I just could not believe what I was seeing. And I know that he's a really good running back. I know that he's a slippery little guy, but I just feel like that is really where it starts for me, is the tackling. And I don't know. I don't know what the fix is, but I believe that they can. So I hope that whatever it is, I hope the bye week is good to them and they can get back to doing what we love watching them do. So I do not have an answer, but I see it too, unfortunately. But
I felt like with the Jets, like we just didn't have any energy. Like there's just something off. We had no energy for that whole game. And then with the Browns, it just felt like we didn't know what was going on. Like the defense, just like you said, had missed so many tackles. And I feel like there was a lot of miscommunication and people weren't where they were supposed to be. And they were 2 games that we lost, but 2 games that we lost, I felt like, for different reasons. One, like I said, lack of energy, not sure that we even showed up to play that game. And then this game, we just didn't know what was happening.
Yep. All right. Who's next? We need to talk.
We need to talk about where the hell Tyler Boyd is and if he's on a milk carton somewhere, because I'm not a fan of forcing targets to somebody, and I know that we have to kind of take what defenses give us, but at the same time, I was excited about the Fab Five, as Mixon called it. When you have Mixon, who, I mean, let's face it, we're a million times better when he gets going, right? And then we've got at least 3 wide receivers that are superstars that we should be able to like put teams on their heels all the time, because there's always somebody that we should be able to go to. And then you add Uzama in the mix, and it's, but we've seen Higgins kind of come back to life the last couple games, which is a bonus going into the bye. I mean, I guess that is one silver lining. The last 2 terrible games, Higgins has come back, but where's Boyd?
Yeah, Cab gave me some of these rankings over here to look at since I have been working for the past 4 days. And it says that Tyler Boyd is 51st of 127. I don't know what that means, but out of all the wide receivers, he's 51st in PFF grade. Thank you. So, that tells me that he's not, he's not bottom of the barrel, but he's, about halfway there. I don't know. You figure each team has a couple, but yeah. I would like to see more from him. I think he's had really good moments. He's had really great like first downs that he's gotten off of, 3rd and long. I think, and I think the Chicago game was one where we had a big first down. So I think he's shown flashes, but I agree. I'd love to see him more involved. But again, it's like we've got so many talented guys. It's hard to spread the ball around equally, I think, sometimes. So I think it just depends on who's covering who and who's open and stuff like that sometimes too, the coverage and, but I
don't know.
I do miss him.
I do feel like it is a little bit of scheme though, because you see Higgins and you see Chase on the outside a lot more often, and you just got to think there's got to be a little bit more in the middle that is available, and I don't know why we're just not looking that way. Because Boyd's clutch, he rarely messes up. He's usually a really great third down security blanket for Burrow. He was really at the beginning of last season, and we have a hard time with third down sometimes. So I don't know. I know we have to take what teams give us. I'm just saying, I hope there's a little thought into maybe diversifying our targets a little bit more in the second half of the season, and that Boyd is a part of that. So,
yeah. All right. I agree. Jerry, what do we need to talk about?
So we need to talk about the fact that this is my fault that we lost this week. I went very Bengal heavy in my fantasy this week. This was my fault. I will no longer be picking anybody from the Bengals on my team. I will not jinx us. I will not be responsible. I was very overly confident in this. And this was my fault. I apologize to everybody. But
it was 100% not your fault. Put that out there right now. But no, I would get very superstitious with my fantasy football. So it seemed like every year, whoever I named my team after would get hurt or injured. And there were 2 years in a row where I named my fantasy team after Bengals that I had on my team. And then both years they got injured. And I was like, oh, no, I can't do that anymore. So the next year I named it after Ben Roethlisberger, and then he got injured. So that was the last time I dabbled in voodoo.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good strategy going forward.
Right?
I decided to just try out using my powers for good, and it scared me a little bit.
That's funny.
Yeah. So definitely not your fault, Jerry. But I think
I don't know. I think we put this on Jerry.
Okay.
We'll take one for the team, guys. It's on me.
It's so funny because superstitions, it's like you want so badly to believe that you're affecting stuff, but in the end, who really knows? But
I will say during that game, I looked at my husband and I said, it is a really good thing we are not home, because I would have been that tree might not still be up, and that's just
Well, thank God for that. You didn't destroy anything in the bar though, I hope.
No,
she had to think about it.
I didn't have to think. No, because the whole game was just bizarre. There was so much going on with the weird guy just not stop talking. There was some other things going on. I went to the bathroom and somebody threw up all over the bathroom. It was the most god awful thing I had ever smelled in my life. I don't know how you can work in the medical field, because I would just be like, ooh, all the time. Also, I'm a sympathetic puker, so if somebody's puking, I'm also gonna start puking. And I was just like, oh, this is just the weirdest day ever. But then I was like, honey, are you okay? Do you need me to help you with anything? But also I'm just like, ooh.
But also don't touch me.
Ooh. Also, I almost needed to be like her, because I was not nearly inebriated enough to handle that game.
Yeah.
Sympathy puker.
Just a weird day altogether.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that, Jerry. This is totally off the rails, and I'm sorry, but this is a weird day for me. So I used to work with a guy who was a sympathetic puker, and he was a nurse, and he was hilarious because he would dry heave. He would dry heave in people's rooms, and it was the funniest thing ever. And I'd be like, Sean, are you okay? And he'd be like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then he'd you'd be like talking to the patient, you'd be like, "Hey there, how you doing?"
Oh.
Like, literally, like God love him, he tried so hard to play it off. But if somebody was puking or like really bad smelling other stuff that we don't need to go into detail, but like literally anything really bad, he would just like dry heave. I don't think I ever saw him vomit, although I did hear a story about him vomiting one time, but I never personally saw him vomit. But yeah, he would constantly dry heave. So it's possible to work in the medical field, even if you dry heave, you just have to, try and keep it together, I guess.
That poor guy.
My cheeks hurt. That is hilarious. I can
Yeah,
picture it.
No. This really is just the best group therapy ever.
I know. But Optic says fantasy football just stopped being for me because I hated having to root for the teams, players I didn't even like. Yeah. Tyler says, not the tree. Don't worry, Tyler. The tree is safe for 2 weeks.
One more week or two. Yeah. The tree's all like, thank you, Jesus, for bye week.
That tree just stares at me like, I know what you did.
Oh, he's like still kind of leaning, like as a reminder, like a constant reminder.
It's the slightest lean. It might be my floor. That's what I tell my husband.
So you tackled the tree so hard you broke your floor as well.
It was when we lived in Ohio. It was when we lived in Ohio.
Okay, then maybe it is. Alex says, "This is the quality content we come for." Sorry,
we don't disappoint.
Get off the rails a little bit sometimes. But anyway, okay. I've heard that Whitney has found it in her heart to give out a game ball. So let's do Whitney's game ball.
Hot, height.
All right, one game ball this week, and it goes to the people that I would ride into battle with. Basically, all of Bengals Twitter, too many people to tag. You get a game ball this week. Because the way everybody rallied, like if you come for one of us, you come for all of us. The way we were galvanized during this week, the way so many people are out there putting out such great content in terms of like breaking down the plays and really doing a lot of great assessments in the bye week. And Bengals Twitter, I give you a game ball this week. Love you.
I have to agree. I really, I was really in my feelings immediately after the game, after being barked at for 3.5 hours. And then, it's funny because we tailgate, but we always leave the tailgate really early because we really like to get in. My goal is to be the first person in that stadium. And so we always leave the tailgate early. So after the game, we always kind of reconnect with our core tailgate people. They kind of like hang out and eat leftover snacks and, stuff like that. So it's just so good. It's so good. It's such a good reminder that regardless of what's going on the field, we can only control the way that we treat each other and the way that we, support each other. So I feel like it's just important to kind of remember that even though it's okay to be frustrated, it's okay to be, upset, but at the end of the day, it's like, we're all in this together. We don't need to attack one another. We don't need to go after, each other. So that's kind of why I was in my feeling.
I was just really proud of our fan base this week. We could have all really gotten really crappy, especially on social media. And I can't speak don't go to Facebook, guys.
I don't know.
That's rule number 1 for this show.
No Facebookers.
Bengals Twitter was top notch. And after a really tough 2 weeks, they were still top notch and they continue to be. So great content going out there. A lot of love. A lot of sticking up for each other. I kind of dig it. So,
yes.
Game ball.
I totally agree. Okay, sorry. I have to get back to the other screen. Okay. Well, let's see if Miss Jerry has anything for us.
All right. So, I'm predicting this Sunday, all of the Bengals fans are going to have a very relaxing day. We're not going, our heart rates are not going to skyrocket without like doing some kind of exercise. We are just going to relax. We're going to have a great time. We're going to maybe put up some Christmas decorations, read a book, get day drunk, whatever we want to do. But we're going to have a smile on our face as we do it. So that is my prediction for this
I'm all for it.
We need it.
Love it.
We need it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I allowed to make fun of like Baker Mayfield and how he walks and
Yeah.
you know
That's always
Ben
allowed.
Roethlisberger and
That goes
his
without
face?
saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's how I'll spend my Sunday.
Yep.
It's healing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Self-care day.
But so one other thing I wanted to talk about was, I don't know if you guys saw the news. I know Lindsay Patterson tweeted about it, but do you guys realize that Katie Blackburn is the first woman to ever be named to this competition committee thing?
Yep.
So I made Cap explain it to me
Amazing.
because I was like, I don't even really understand what that is. But apparently Roger Goodell, whoever the commissioner is right now is Roger Goodell, handpicks these people. And there's only like, oh wait, he pulled up my list for me. He's so good. He's got me all prepared for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 people on this committee.
Oh,
So this is like a really big deal. And I feel like nobody's talking about it. And I feel like this is huge for us. And we've said it before on this show, is that a big reason why I felt the need to do this year was because I've been so inspired by Elizabeth and all the ladies in media like Lindsay and Nicole and Kelsey and all these women who are in the organization, in the media, in and around the team. We just have some really fantastic ladies, you know, Emily Parker and Marissa Contepelli. I mean, I hate to even start naming people because I know I'm going to forget people, but I just feel like there are so many amazing women in this organization. And I'm very inspired by all of it. So I am super excited that Katie Blackburn is on this committee because they kind of like decide like things like rules and penalties, and you know, it's incredible, honestly. And when I think back to what Paul Brown did for football, you know, he really revolutionized the game of football with technology and, you know, scheming and things like that. It's like she's kind of doing the same thing, or has the ability to, I should say, by being on this committee. So I'm just like in awe of this. So
yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up because it isn't getting enough attention.
it's not.
I saw like one little tweet that I didn't get a chance to like really click on the article or anything. Katie, you get a black game ball too. Yes, because I didn't. I'm so glad you brought it up. It is inspiring. It is, and it's something to be proud of if you're a Bengals fan.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like, you know, there are a lot of organizations that have women in them. I think, my brain is like pickled and fried right now, but I know that like Ford in Detroit, I think was one. But anyway, there's been a lot of women, but none to ever be named to this committee specifically by Roger Goodell. So I think that's just an incredible accomplishment. And I really hope in the coming days it gets more attention because, you know, we heard all about the first women coaches and the first women referees, and that's all fantastic too. And I am so happy to see that, but I just feel like this needs to get more attention. So
You're totally right.
I'm putting it out there, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud to be a Bengals fan and proud to be among, you know, all these really strong women. I feel like I draw strength from them. So I'm very
absolutely
inspired by them. So congratulations, Katie.
And having someone at the seat of the table that's like, you know, at the very top making decisions that affect the entire league is huge. So yeah, we should tweet that like crazy.
maybe we'll start getting calls go our way. You know, obviously Mike Tomlin's on there, and you know he loves this taunting call because he just knows that that's gonna mean, you know, free plays for them. Very salty about that, by the way. But so, you know, I feel like this is a chance for us to really kind of make our mark. And, you know, I don't know. I'll have to look back and see. I don't know if a Bengals person has ever been on this committee because it's like 2 owners, 2 presidents, 2 GMs, and 3 head coaches are who they pick for this committee. So who was? We think Marvin was. We don't know. So, but, you know, again, didn't hear much about it. So I just wanted to bring that up because I am very excited about that. So anyway, all right. What else we got? Fashion spotlight? Anybody?
The all black look good.
Yeah, that's a positive from this past week.
Yeah,
It did look good.
Sexy.
It did. They looked fantastic.
I do like the all black.
So, well, I got this new hoodie from Blindside Images. The jungle.
So cute.
That's really cute.
So anyway, there's I really like them because they have you can get this design. They have several different designs, and I think they're actually I retweeted it earlier today. There's a new one that's got the tiger head with sunglasses on, and you can see the reflection of the skyline in his sunglasses.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I thought that was a pretty cool design. But you can put their designs on anything you want. So like I like the cropped hoodie, but if that's not your thing, you can get on a t-shirt, you can get on a big hoodie, or you know whatever, a full sized hoodie. But you know you can get whatever you want. So I really like them. Oh, I have a visitor.
Maybe that's something we should do like next week for our episode, since it's after bye. We won't have as much to talk about. Like I'm doing Christmas shopping right now, and a lot of people are doing Christmas shopping for bye week, and you guys have some of the freaking coolest gear. We should probably shout some of those places out.
See, I almost don't want to tell everybody where I shop because
stop it.
I know. I don't need any more stuff. This is new to me. It says welcome to the jungle. I think it says from 89. And my husband,
really
anytime he goes to the mailbox, because our mailbox is at the end of the street, he is just like, you have another package. He's like, if it is Bengals. Today I got a Bengals wine topper. I am not sorry because it is awesome. I will use it quite a bit.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog is trying to drink my mead. She's kind of an alcoholic.
Your dog
what's on your shirt, Kayla? What's on your shirt?
It just says Who Day.
Oh,
I love that.
I like that.
I love a good Who Day shirt.
Yeah.
No, that's a great idea, Whitney. And okay, Jerry, you don't have to give up any of your super secret vintage spots, okay? But like people who make stuff, who want to sell stuff, I think it would be a good idea to shout them out because I do appreciate when people send me stuff. So I will always give them a shout out because I appreciate that. So if you make stuff and you want to send it to me, I will definitely give you a shout out.
I'll make my mom watch the episode and buy all the stuff.
There you go. Like, Mom.
There you go.
I'm serious. Totally serious.
Anyway, all right. Well, again, I'm very sorry for the disheveled nature of this show this week. I am working roughly 60 hours and want to die a little bit, but I appreciate everybody who watched. I appreciate you ladies for your time and being here. And I don't know. Do we have anything else to talk about? I don't think we do.
Do we want to mention the giveaway?
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Kayla. This is why I need you guys. I need your help with this. So the jersey giveaway that we are, I have a pinned tweet on my personal Twitter to retweet and do a screenshot of your YouTube that shows that you're subscribed to the show. And you'll be entered to win the jersey. I have not picked a date that I'm going to pick a winner yet. So keep entering. There's still time. Somebody said, I might be too late. Somebody asked who won. Nobody's won yet. You still have time to enter. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button and take a screenshot, throw it on my Twitter. Underneath that my pin tweet, and you could win a jersey. Well, any jersey that they sell at the gift shop, you can pick your color, your size, your player. If it's available at the gift shop, it can be yours. So we will we'll pick a winner. Probably, I would say probably before the next show. So within the next week, I would say. So again, sorry, I don't have a ton of very specific details. I am trying to keep my sanity at the moment. So anyway, I definitely appreciate you guys. And BB just licked my glass, and now she has my lipstick on her face. I don't know if you guys can see her. She has pink right there.
So bougie. Gorgeous.
Anyway. All right. Optic says intervention time, Jerry. We're all coming from a place of love. Optic, don't do that.
I mean, I'm sure my husband would appreciate that.
He would.
But every time I'm just like, mind your business.
That's exactly like I work too.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Like, I don't sit in this chair for like 50 plus hours a week not to have a Bengals package every other day.
We'll work
Let me
for
live
Bengals
my
here.
life.
Oh,
Awesome.
all righty. Well, thank you guys so much. Next week will be on Tuesday because that's my only day off next week. So next week will be on Tuesday, and we will see you guys then. Hoo day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Birminghorn.
Thank you, Birminghorn.
I drank all of my meat already. It was so good.